Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya.
I gotta keep it moving, make the same, me I make the blueprint. Came in the range, hopped out the Lexus, every year since, I've been on that neck, traded in a gold for the platinum Rolex. Now it's wrist match the status of my record.
All right, y'all. They ain't ready for this. Let's show them who's boss, baby.
That is a very confident team by the sound of it in their huddle. New Orleans landed the Hornets in a fine Western Conference battle here at the New Orleans Arena. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live. Here's Dimes. He's guarded by Williams. To the middle. Takes it up. Lopez, no luck. And it's Utah's ball. It's a three-point game. And they played the Hornets once earlier in the season.
And you could see it in that game, despite the odds against them. Once it got to OT, they had the belief that they could get it done.
And Steve, that's what happens a lot of time when the supposed underdog gets the game into overtime. Momentum swings their way.
Here's Dimes. He's guarded by Williams. Lopez, a screen on Williams. Here's Dimes. Drops in the tray. Dimes got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Last outing for New Orleans, they won that game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And, Kevin, they played such terrific defense in that game. It took a lot of pressure off them at the other end of the court.
Yeah, and you can't just pick one or two players out who stood out defensively. There was plenty of credit to go around.
Nice touch near the hoop.
New Orleans in the lead. Nine feet out. Good. Dimes got 5 points so far. Here's Williams. 23 points for him the last game against Denver.
And no question, you look at his assist totals, I mean, they tell you what a nice job he was doing of really spreading that ball around.
Dimes. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter.
Make sure to pick up a copy of 2K Sports Magazine, The Cover Athlete.
Williams with the ball. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Dimes, he's in at the point. Roger Mason is out there with Ryan Anderson. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Vasquez in at the two-guard spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Hayward, guarded by Mason. The 11-footer. Williams gets the bucket. And it's all knotted up. 1:52 left to play here in the second quarter.
And, of course, the big story last year for New Orleans was the saga of the Chris Paul trade that wasn't to the Lakers and then the subsequent trade that was to the Clippers. And what a tough position for Monty Williams and his coaching staff to be in. But they handled it pretty well. I think as Eric Gordon gets healthy and more productive this year, the Hornets will improve.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Davis set an NCAA freshman record with 186 blocked shots last season at Kentucky. He says his shot blocking is 100% instinct. It just grew on me, he said. I really didn't work at it. It's crazy because when I was 6'1", 6'2", I was getting my shot blocked. To actually grow and be able to break a record for block shots is amazing. Kevin?
And he's, of course, referring to his famous growth spurt in high school, turning him from a guard to a big man.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
That one goes. Count it. Dimes got his third basket of the night. Well, the nation was watching that entire trade situation with Chris Paul and him eventually going to the Clippers. But good players, I think, Clark, ended up in New Orleans. Players they can probably build around for the future.
Yeah, and to follow up on what Steve said, the Hornets will be much better off with a healthy Eric Gordon. He's an outstanding young player, and last year will be a distant memory soon enough.
And the foul on Mo Williams. And the first half ends in a close one. Hornets ahead.
Now, presented by Sprint.
With a duel going on in New Orleans.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Hornets. And, of course, Utah. 4 games back.
Checking out Utah, you know, they've had a very tough time getting anything going so far. I mean, this was not the kind of start they imagined for themselves.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. I mean, they had high hopes coming into this season, and yet everything seems to have gone wrong for them.
Rivers, he's checked in for New Orleans. So on the floor for Utah. Down low, Paul Millsap and Derek Favors. Earl Watson out there with Foy, and it's Carroll in at the small forward position. Roger Mason has checked in for Miller. And Utah also making a switch. Travis Leslie, he's checked in for Randy Foy.
Well, one of the things the Jazz are going to have to sort out over the next year or two is just playing time in the front court. And that equation was made even more confusing with the addition of Enes Kanter in the draft. But he played a very limited role last year, and the minutes seemed to work out for everybody. But as he develops, it'll be very interesting to keep an eye on the rotation of the Utah front court.
Here's Dimes. He's got 11. Here's Mason. He sinks the 11-footer. And the Hornets lead by 4. The Jazz have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Well, I don't know if I'd call it a log jam, Steve, or what. I mean, I think it's still kind of sorting itself out with the Utah Jazz up front. But a lot of size, a lot of length. Favors is terrific. Kanter, we really don't even know what's going on because he's so raw, but great potential. You know, a lot of good young players, Clark, and there are only so many minutes to go around. That'll be an interesting dance there for the coach, Tyrone Corbin, to try to figure that out.
It will be, but you'd much rather try to do that dance with that kind of ammunition and those types of potential dancers than not. So Favors is another guy in the mix, and eventually you think the Jazz will perhaps have to move one of those guys up to free up playing time, but that remains to be seen.
Carroll dishes to Watson. Kicks to Carroll. Over Mason. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
That's the shot he was looking for. I'm surprised he didn't get it to fall.
Count that one. Now it's a 6-point Hornet lead. Now Watson with 4 seconds on the clock. And he cruises to the hoop for the layup. Watson's got his first basket of the night.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And now our sideline reporter Doris Burke has a report on our Sprite uncontainable. Lopez, a screen on Williams to the inside. Lopez, he's guarded by Williams. And Lopez gets it to go.
Got to be very careful with this team. They can be really strong inside if they get good position.
Well, you give up that kind of deep position, Steve, you're done. It's over.
Dimes, he's in at point guard. Gordon the off guard with Aminu at the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with Robin Lopez. That's the Hornets 5. Millsap left side. No good. The Hornets leading by 6. To the paint. Gordon, defended by Bell. It's stolen by Bell. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
I'm not sure which was better, the fast break or the steal that got it started.
I think it was the defense, Steve, quite honestly. I mean, the whole play isn't even possible if he doesn't make the steal.
Here's Dimes. And it's blocked by Favors. Bell against Gordon. 11 feet away. Blocked. Here's Dimes. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Dimes. Good. And the Hornets lead by 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now.
Not much time now.
Yep, they'll need some breaks, Steve, to be able to stay alive.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you have to love watching him play, Kevin. He goes out night in and night out with the belief that he can make any play possible. He's got that tremendous confidence, and he's fearless late in games. Tries to get the defender back on their heels and then rise up and shoot over the top.
And the other thing about Mo is if he gets a few to drop early, you're going to be in trouble all game long. I mean, he doesn't need much time or space to get that hot hand firing. And if you don't get in his face early, he can hurt you.
Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
And you chalk that loss up to poor shooting, guys. There was very little flow to their offense, and they really didn't find quality shots.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. It's a combination of poor execution and then no quality shots. They seem far too focused on doing it themselves, going solo, playing hero ball, we like to call it, versus cohesive team play.
Alec Burks checked in for the Jazz. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw misses.
Not as productive a trip to the line as he would have liked, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And an intentional foul right there. He gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off that time. Second free throw missing. Jazz shooting around 40% from the floor here. He dishes it to 4. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Free throw good, 4. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, well Tyrone Corbin had some advice for the team in that last huddle. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Now, not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all. Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. And the first of 2 misses. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Here's Millsap. Back to Bell. It's a narrow victory for the Hornets. They pull out the win. It was
You were selected as the Jordan Player of the Game. Any comment on that honor?